guys, welcome back. This is the next Friday Night Folklore. On today's Friday Night Folklore, we are going over a Cherokee fairy tale called The Sparrow and the Pine Tree, or also known as Why the Pine Tree is Evergreen. Once upon a time, there was a sparrow who had a broken wing, and when winter came and it was time for him to fly south, the sparrow could not fly south with his family because his wing was broken. So he said to them, "It's okay, you fly on without me, and I will be here when you get back. Don't worry about me, I'll figure something out." And as winter came, the snow began to fall and it began to get very, very cold. The sparrow went around to the various trees asking them for help. He came to the maple tree and he asked, "Oh, maple tree, could you please keep me warm and safe in your branches during the winter?" But the maple tree said, "No, I do not want a broken bird living in me. You should have been able to fly south for the winter. You don't belong here. I don't want a broken bird." So he came to the great asp tree and he said, "Oh, asp tree, can you keep me safe and warm for the winter?" And the asp tree said, "No, I will not keep you safe and warm for the winter. You are a broken bird and I have no want for you." And he came around to all of the various trees asking for their help, and all of them turned him away. But up in the mountains, there lived a great tree named the pine tree. And the pine tree was very lonely, for none of the other trees liked it because its bark was rough and its leaves were spiny needles and its seeds were lumpy cones. But the sparrow came to the pine tree and said, "Oh, pine tree, please help me, I'm desperate." And the pine tree said, "You really want to be with me? You want to stay with me?" And the sparrow said, "Yes, please help me, I'm desperate." And the pine tree said, "But of course, my needles are sharp and my bark is rough. I hope you don't mind." And the sparrow said, "No, I don't mind at all." And so the pine tree kept the sparrow safe all winter, warm in a knot in its bark, and fed him the seeds from its cones all winter long. And in the springtime, when the sparrows returned to find their friend, he was all better, his wing was healed. And as the sun rose and the snow melted away, the gods looked down on the land and they saw how the other trees had treated this sparrow, and they said to them, "Because you have treated this sparrow so poorly, you do not get to stay warm in the winter like you wished upon him. Instead, your leaves will fall off and you will be cold." The end. So that is why the pine tree is evergreen. Merry Christmas, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this fairy tale. If you've got more tales that you would like to request, be sure to pop them down in the comments. Any part of the world or cultures that you want to hear a myth from, or a particular fairy tale that's near and dear to your heart, be sure to let me know. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. I will see you next week. Bye.